Szewczaks. It's me, Maja Szewczak, and welcome to another Idea Sunday. Wall art is so easy to get into an Idea Sunday. Why didn't I do it before? I don't know. So we're going to use this bead to make a wall art for Fancy Pear's living room. But before it gets on the wall, there's a lot of things to do. We're going to turn this into a pear. This time I've actually managed to cut that wing off. But what about this? Needs more cutting. Cut to the desired shape, but I'm going to scratch off the black lines. I tried to get the black lines off, but only to some success. But I can just paint it over to create something else. Or I could make it work into the wall art that is pear-shaped. Let's start with doing an autumn tree wall art. I think that will work for the background. So let's get out a black marker and let's make tree branches. I think I'll work in browns and blacks to create the tree branches for the autumn tree. And the black to darken the brown. Or I guess some brown would work as a deeper yellow. Let's use dark yellow marker to blend things in. Actually making some dark yellow tree art for the wall. And to bring out a blue sky during autumn, I will have to paint that in. Well, I have an acrylic paint called Soft Sage. Maybe that will work. Just a tiny drop and a tiny drop of glue. So the wall art Idea Sunday could be an easy thing to come up with, but somehow I didn't come up with it before. An Idea Sunday is about trying new things. And well, this is because I hadn't made an Idea Sunday like this. And I am making it. But this is pear-shaped. There's a lot of yellow and brown. And blue. So the complementary colors in art can be the subject of this painting. And I'm adding small, tiny blue details to disperse the leaves of the tree, like someone painted on a canvas pear-shaped. That's the shape of a pearl, not a pearl, pear. Pear-shaped canvas. And Francie Pears actually got the painting and put it on the wall. Okay, that needs to dry. Blue dried. I'm going to add a little bit of red to the leaves because I think this artwork could use a bit more red in it. Well, I'm doing that before doing the leaf. Do the painting first and then do something for the leaf. A bit of red and a bit of light yellow, lemon yellow. Would lemon yellow work in this? Let's try. Well, kind of works. And it looks like autumn leaves. What could I do to the tree though? Something autumn-like, and maybe something darker than the background with the black marker, just so it looks like a silhouette painting in a way. Although there's the orange and the blue complementary colors, that would look good if I also did a silhouette. Maybe a silhouette of the tree itself. Of the trees, and then the grass would be so dark of a green that it's black. Maybe speaking of the green, I'm going to just add a hint of green to the grass, so it is just a little bit visible. Not very visible, but somewhat visible. And that's the back of it. I will just glue that to the wall once it's finished. Yep, about that. And it's looking like this. I have some autumn colored beads from Poland, and maybe that will add a bit more detailing to it. So just a little bit of those beads would I think would bring it up to another level. This painting for a wall that uses a pear-shaped canvas. So I'll glue it in. To decorate the painting with. It looks like some forest mushrooms are being added. That could also look like there's some more leaves sticking out of the painting. That can work. I'll make a distinction between that clearer when it dries. But that's a way to bring out the life in this painting that I'm going to put on the dollhouse wall. That can work. Because I did see some elements in certain home decor paintings and pictures that you can put on walls. I've seen them at the range sometimes, and some of it makes the picture just pop. I didn't buy them, but I've just seen them at the range, and I want to bring a little bit of that quality in my artwork for the dollhouse. And I think I'll also cut a bit of these sequins into really tiny pieces to make sparkly leaves that are falling. Just cut it up and then we're going to glue it in. So the canvas, just like it is a painting, so let's add those in. This is fun to do, and I kind of cannot believe I hadn't done this before for an Idea Sunday video. But it's fun to do, although it's a very easy to do project because I tend to do a lot harder than that project to put in Idea Sundays for anybody. Mine are a bit hard to come up with, but this was easy and to pull it off. I sometimes think if someone else did Idea Sundays instead of me, it would just be paintings for dollhouses. Well, that can depend on who's doing what. If instead of me, someone else did Idea Sunday. But it's my series, so what else is there to say? Let's let it dry. Okay, so now we can see a clearer distinction between the leaves and the mushrooms. So you can see there's dark yellows on the leaves. And for the mushrooms, I've colored them red, added white spots. to make the mushrooms. That would be easy to spot this feature as a mushroom on the painting. These are poisonous mushrooms, so don't eat them, but I thought this painting needed just a bit something to elevate it and yet look like a forest background. So there's 2 little red mushrooms with white spots. That needs to dry now. It dried. I'm going to go with bronze green to adjust the height of the mushrooms. I also brought out the red a bit more to make it pop. Now the trees will need more branches. I think a branch in the middle would look nice. In this painting of autumn forest, there's the leaves falling on the trees with dark yellow leaves. That's what we have. Okay, let's add branches to the beading. That would look a bit better and more like it's meant to be something. And there's the sun shining on the mushrooms. Let's bring out the yellows, the highlights in the area where the sun is, because that would be the sun coming through in the artwork. I've added a blob of yellow acrylic paint, then I spread it to blend it. Now it needs to dry before I can do more with it. I'm going to darken the bottom with a really dark green. That's better, it's drying. However, I'm still thinking what should I do for this leaf, but I'm going to paint the painting before doing the leaf. Then I've decided that this would be just one mushroom because it would look better that way. Dried and the yellow has slightly darkened. However, it's still showing where the light is. I'm going to add a darker yellow to create mid-tones. Just mid-tones. And then even darker yellow to create shadows in the painting. And we're going to use the black marker to bring the silhouette back, but yet use Terra to lighten it, just so it looks like a dark wood. And now we have this. With all of this, that makes the mushroom the focal point. Let's glitter it to make it stand out. Glittered. I actually made 2 more mushrooms by accident, but that's fine. I'm also going to make it like the focal point, because that's what came out of the painting process. So we're going to commit to that. And that's the brightest part of the image, and it's really, the light is shining on it. So let's add white dots to them, and we're going to actually make this one big mushroom, and let's add glitter there, just a drop. That's more like it. Wait a second. Let's just fix the dots. Dot. And done. Time to let it dry. The mushrooms and the light have dried. I'm going to add hints of red for the light. Where the sun is shining, I will use scarlet. And for the shadows, I'll use English red. So just dots of it, just tiny little dots of scarlet to add a hint of red leaves, red autumn leaves. And now English red, so darker red. I have an even darker red, but I'm going to use English red for the mid-tones in the painting. And I'm going to use old red for the shadows. Just to add variety of reds. Just going to do it here and use yellow ochre to bring out the brown dark yellows, and a bit of black to do the silhouette of the tree. Wow, this is looking like an autumn painting for sure. But this tree in the middle, I want to add some more to the tree bark. What about some white stripes? Get the white paint out and just do white stripes all over the tree bark. Then I'm going to use Terra to make it darker, but it's still brownish. Maybe black to bring out the bark of the tree, and then doing more white, but very, very, very slight white. Okay, we're going to let it dry, and then before I let this dry, I think I'll add a bit more yellow to bring back the autumn leaves that it's meant to have. Just a little bit of it. So, going to do this. I hope this looks good in the end. Well, I did a tropical silhouette painting for Rochelle Tropical about a year ago. So, but this is a different one. Autumn leaves, not a tropical sunset. Although my art skills have developed over time, like developed as I progressed the series. You just have to still trust the process. I may rewatch that one to refresh my memory on it. But it was a tropical sunset, and this is autumn leaves. The reason why I was able to cut off the wing to change the shape, it's thanks to these new scissors. I had to get these because in a Polish video I've made this plant, and one of the side effects was breaking the old Idea Sunday scissors. But I've got these, which are better, although they were cheap from Pineland. But anyways, so this is how this tree dried. I think I'll add a dark brown because that's what it's meant to be. But I'll use Terra for the leaves because I have to emphasize on the sunlight at the mushrooms. Just like that, and then I'll use chocolate for the shadows, where the shadows are. That's better. I'm debating on the back of the painting. Should I also make it like somewhere off outside the house. Like the other side is visible. I kept debating, should I do that or not? And while I think about it, I will add a bit more sparkle to this side. Have some frosty gold metallic acrylic paint that I will apply it watered down. I will apply a small drop and water it down as watery as I can. Very, very watery. I'm using the least amount of pigment out of it, just the sparkles. So that's why I had to water it way, way down. So I'm applying it over the light where it's shining at the mushrooms in this painting. So that's what, and it's going on the mushrooms to give them a bit even more sparkle, and that has to dry. I've decided to make this wall art double-sided, so I marked cardboard for cutting it, and I'm going to cut it and then insert the painting. Although I hadn't finished the painting, I want to do it now while I have decided on making it double-sided wall art painting for this dollhouse. So I'm going to do it while my decision lasts. But now I'm measuring, and yes, I did everything right. And this is what it looks like from the inside. Good, let's finish it. I've used the mustard yellow marker to make it look a bit darker, the autumn tree. Somehow, because of where the dark brown is, it looks like a papaya, so I'm going to add some more dark brown tree bark to make it look more like a forest and less like a papaya. Because after all, I'm doing autumn painting, but with markers, like the look of a painting that the dolls would put on their wall. That's better. And there's the light shining in here. Now, the pear. I'm going to go over here with the black and then get some green for the leaf of the pear. Green leaf dried. Now I will apply some green glitter glue to complete it. There's a little bit of red glitter particles in it, so I will select out the red and put it on the staircase. Red particles removed. Time to let it dry. Finally let it dry, and the red particles. I'm going to make a stone design. Some sort of red stone design with hints of glitter in it for the staircase. But when it dries, so that's why I made something to not waste the red particles, but not have them in the leaf of the artwork that I'm going to put on the wall. Dried, and then using a marker I deepened the green. Glitter particles that were there because I thought they were a bit too bright for what I was going for, and now it's the time for the final moment. We're going to glue it in. It fits, but it needs glue. Glued. Time to let it dry. And that's the finished product. Why didn't I come up with this before? Because that could have been a really interesting idea Sunday to watch and do. I must have underestimated it before, but now, looking back on underestimating, I kind of regret underestimating. It was fun to do, and it gives Francie Pear's living room a touch of autumn, as well as the back, which is the outside of the house, which was exactly what I was going for. So, Szewczaks, what do you think of this pear-shaped painting on the wall, like wall art? Please tell me in the comments. And bye, Szewczak. See you in another video. Bye.